Hey Hart fans, Butch Hartman here. I'm so glad you guys decided to tune in today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that really fun stuff. Thank you so much. If you guys want a commission, meaning a drawing that I do just for you, I can send it through the old way snail mail, paper mail thing, or I can email it to you. If it's a digital drawing, just click the link down below if you want a drawing and go to my website, order one, and it will be awesome to do a drawing for you. Okay, starting a brand new segment on my channel today. You've tuned in on a miraculous day. I'm doing a segment now called Tuna. That's right, T-O-O-N-A. No, it's not tuna fish. It's not tuna salad. Nothing to do, there's no fish, right?
None that I can see.
Okay, good. No, you don't smell the fish? No smelling?
I mean, you always smell fishy.
Perfect. That's great. That's why you're here, for the comedy. I love it. Thank you so much. But I'm done. Tuna is going to be a segment on my channel where I talk about tunes. That's right, cartoons. Pretty clever, right? Ding. Butch Hartman, super clever. I talk about people that are in the cartoon industry, in the animation industry, in any capacity. I talk about cartoons in general. I just want to focus on cartoons and animation because it's what made my career. It's what I fell in love with when I was young. I know a lot of you guys out there are just so into animation. I talk mostly about my own cartoons on this channel, but I want to start talking about other people's cartoons and other people's animation. I want to start showcasing people and their amazing talent. So Tuna is an animation aquarium. It's an animation showcase. That's what it is, without any fish. If you imagine an aquarium with no fish and a bunch of cartoons in the bottom, that's what Tuna is. Okay, so all right, my very first showcase extravaganza victim, or person I should say, is a guy named Mike Milo. Mike's been in the animation industry for over 30 years, probably even longer than that. I know the guy's been around forever. I've known Mike for many, many years. He's an amazing person, super talented, and he sent me a short cartoon that he did all by himself, and we're gonna watch that short cartoon, and after that, we're going to have some reactions from me, and then I'm going to get Mike on a call and talk to Mike about how he made this amazing short of his. All right, so here we go. We're going to watch Mike Milo's short. It's called Kit, Kat, and Capoodle, made in 2017. Off we go. Milo works. Kit, Kat, and Capoodle. I like the character designs a lot. It looks great. So Capoodle is a rich dog, and the cats, of course, are staring inside. They're very hungry. This is very Warner Brothers-y type of short cartoon. And the cats don't speak, I think. Cats, yeah, just meows. Okay. Yep, put on the sad face. Nice drawings.
What do we have here? Ragamuffins. How quaint. Good doggy. Good doggy.
I can't be sure, but I think Mike did the voice of the guy.
Food?
I think.
Well, we don't typically give handouts to the poors. On principle. But let me see what's in the trash.
Guy walks away. It looks fantastic, too. I love the music, little Mozart music there. Which means rich person, of course.
You rascal, you. So you want to take the food out to the poor alley kittens? Fine, fine. I have heard it said charity is for the dogs.
So the dog comes to the door with the food and eats the food right in front of the cats and then spits the bones on them and tells them to get lost. Okay, now one of the cats is mad. The vein bulging in his head. Claws. Good. I mean, this looks really incredible. It's amazing what people can do now on their own. All right, so now it's raining. Of course, bad things always happen when it rains in film. So this dog thinks he's got it made. And of course, the cats are now... Okay, they're going to put a laxative on his food. Okay. The dog starts eating the food. The cats can't wait. Uh-oh. Now the dog has gas. Okay, so we have a lot of gas stuff coming up. Oh, the dog's stomach is rumbling. All right. Very nice. So those are creative fart poses, I gotta say.
What's that terrible smell? smell. Good grief, man. Get a hold of yourself.
All right, there.
It's a Fartmageddon.
Wow, a Fartmageddon. Okay. Dog gets kicked out.
Well, that went south fast.
Well, that went south fast. He must be a German dog.
You, doggy.
Throws the food in the garbage cans. I like how the rich house has these old 1940s garbage cans behind it. Classic Warner Brothers. Let me wash the food off. See if we can wash the food off. Very nice, very nice. And the cats enjoy the food at the end. Written by Harry McLaughlin. I know Harry. Mike Milo did do the voice. Eric Scott Fisher for the background is really nice. Okay, let me see this. 5 months it took to make this. Look at all those credits just on this little cartoon. Amazing. Very cool, Mike. All right, nice. Okay, the first tuna tune is in the can, or should I say, well, there was a can there. See all the puns that are happening today? Anyway, my first thoughts, my reaction is really good. I'm very impressed by this cartoon. Mike is a super talented guy. The fact that he was able to do this on his own took him 5 months, and I know Mike. I know Mike very well, and we'll talk to him in just a bit. But I know Mike did every single bit of this cartoon, from the character design to the animating. His friend Harry, I know Harry as well. Maybe we'll get Harry in here too. But I know that Harry helped him write this. Really cute. Had a very Warner Brothers-y old school feel with the animals, the poor animals outside, the rich animal on the inside trying to eat. Classic cartoon, bits there where one animal wants to get the other animal's food. Really funny, really cute. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was really well done. What did you guys think? Normally, I will be honest, I'm not normally a big fan of fart jokes. However, those were pretty good because the fart poses were pretty intense. So I like that, and I thought it was pretty good. I think it's really, really cool. So, all right, so that's my reaction. What's your reaction? And let's get Mike's reaction right now. All right, Mike Milo. I got Mike Milo here. Hi, Mike.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm just making sure that the machine is recording. It says, yes, I think we're recorded, Mike. So anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, just so you know.
Fair enough. I'll be careful.
First of all, thanks for being here. You're on my very first episode of this new segment I'm doing called Toona, Toona, right?
Cool. I like it.
So, Mike, historically, 30 years from now, you're like the first guest. You're going to go down in history. Are you excited about that?
I am so excited. I can't even tell you. My leg is shaking under the table, but I'm hiding it. But yes, I'm so amazingly excited.
Any shaking body parts, we don't want to see that. No.
No.
Hey, man, so I just watched Kit, Kat, and Caboodle, and the audience watched it with me. And so thanks for sending it in, man. Now, let's talk a bit about the process. I mean, first of all, please tell the people out there in the world, and all the animation fans out there, it's not easy to make a 5-minute short by yourself, is it?
No, it's very difficult to make a short by yourself. There's a lot of drawings involved. Sometimes if you do it with the computer, it can get a little easier. I used a program called Adobe Animate. It used to be called Flash, which gives you a little bit of reuse kind of stuff. And so what I did with that film was I just started it at the beginning, and I storyboarded the thing so I would know what it was going to look like. And then I decided to, when I went to go animate it, what I did was I just drew the poses that I wanted, and I saved them. So every time they went into a pose that I wanted, I could use it again. And I would in between those poses. So if the first pose was a cat doing this, and then the second pose was a cat doing that, I would do pose 1, pose 2, and then I would draw the drawings in between it, and I would keep it for later so that when I wanted it, I could call upon it and add the gestures in. And it made it a lot easier to do, because over time, the film got easier to make because I had already done a fair amount of the actions and the lip sync and stuff.
And all this stuff, I mean, people have to understand, you have a day job. You're working during the day. Where were you working at the time? Because you and I was told your resume is as long as I can't, it's so long. You've been in the industry 30-something years like I have.
Yes.
You and I have worked at many different places together. We worked at Hanna-Barbera back in the 90s.
Yeah.
We worked on Johnny Bravo. We worked on Van Partible's other short, Jungle Boy. He was working on that.
Yeah.
You and I were pitching shorts at the Oh Yeah Cartoon, actually at What a Cartoon and Oh Yeah Cartoon. Yeah, we were doing all that stuff. And then you even worked on Fairly Odd Parents with me for a while.
I did. Thank you for that. That was a lot of fun.
No, dude, it was great. I hope that show makes it someday. You never know. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, but the cool thing is though, you're super talented. You're an artist. You're a writer. You can pretty much do anything, and you're an animator too. What do you think is your favorite um, aspect of animation? If you had to pick one thing to do for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I like to do the animation itself. If I could only do one of the things, it would probably be to animate, which is one of the reasons why I did that short. I just did it for myself. There was no reason. I didn't get paid for it. I just did it for fun. And I like doing that. I like to bring people alive. I love to make people laugh. But the thing that I like about animation specifically the best is that I like to figure out the poses. So it's one thing to like draw the pose where they're standing there, but I like to figure out what does it look like when they move, and I don't know. I really enjoy posing things out, which is the
Right.
crux
So
of
you had
animation.
to you had to do this after work. Like you'd work 10 hours a day, I would imagine. Come home,
Yeah.
eat, say hi to the
Well,
family for 2 seconds, then do this.
well, interestingly enough, I started that short, and then about I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks into it, I had to go have open heart surgery.
Whoa,
And
whoa, what? You just had to go
yeah,
have open heart surgery?
yeah, well, it turns out that my heart wasn't as good as I thought it was, and it was blocked. I had 90% blockage,
Wow,
and they were astonished that I was actually still alive.
wow.
They thought that it's called the Widowmaker, something that kills you. But anyway, it's a bad thing. And so
I
what
don't
I
mean to
did
laugh,
is,
dude, but you're so like you're tossing it off so easily. I
well,
apologize.
well, it's just something that happened to me. It's just another story.
Well,
But
you seem fantastic. You must have seen The Wizard and gotten a new heart.
yeah, I did actually. I'm the Tin Man.
Wow.
Um, but what I was going to say is that I spent a lot of time when I was getting better, and recuperating. I animated a lot of that short. So
Mhm.
the
I
last
think
minute
that,
of it is
do
that.
you think that maybe animating that short kind of helped your recovery because it kept you in a
Oh, I'm
happy
sure
place?
it did.
It kept
I'm
you in a happy
positive.
place of what you wanted to do? Yeah.
I am positive it did because it's what I love to do. I love to animate and I love to draw, and it gave me a chance to do it, and it gave me a chance to do it unabated either because I didn't have a job at the time and I was working, and but I was working because 30 years in the business, you kind of get used to working every single day, and
Yeah.
not working drives me crazy.
No,
So,
you and I are exactly alike. I mean, I do
yeah.
these YouTube videos for my creative outlet right now, and I do other stuff as well. The now you worked on Pinky and the Brain. You worked on just a ton of stuff, man. And like, I know people out there are going to ask, do you have a favorite project you've worked on? We'll let Fairly Odd Parents go off to the side. But like, other than
Well, I
Fairly
was going to say
Odd,
Fairly Odd Parents, obviously.
right? But
You know what?
what other project? But would you say is one of your top three?
I would say probably that. Well, all right. My favorite project I think I worked on was Phineas and Ferb, and I was a writer and a board artist on that. And
Oh,
what
there
I
you go.
liked most, and what I liked about it was being able to make people laugh, like writing the jokes. It's a lot easier. Well, it's a lot easier to write a joke than to storyboard a joke. But
I
and
know.
I got
I used to tell my writers all the time. It's like, I'm glad you wrote this line in here that says 55 elephants come in the room. But we're not gonna animate 55 elephants. It took you 2 seconds to write it, but it'll take 6 months to draw that.
exactly. Yeah, it's that one line, and mayhem ensues.
Oh no, no, yeah, I
It's
know. Please don't do that.
4 minutes of fight scenes.
So where did now? I was watching your short. I again, man, it looked amazing, looked beautiful. It looks as good as anything that's on television. You did it by yourself. It's a very Warner Brothers-y type of a feel. I mean, the starving cat's outside, the spoiled rich dog on the inside. I'm not a huge fan of fart jokes myself, but these were funny fart jokes. You did a
Oh,
good job on those. Well done. And
thank you.
no, but dude, well done. You've got a lot of fart experience, I would imagine. So that really
Well,
helps.
yeah, I had to study up on it first to get it accurate,
Exactly.
because what was it called? A
A fart. No, it was a fartmageddon.
Fartmageddon. Now,
Fartmageddon, which I
you see, I don't even remember, but
Well,
yeah,
I got another question. So, like, you are a guy, and then people in the audience don't really know this about you because they're just meeting you for the first time. But like, you're a guy who's always had a project going. You've always had a short you were working on. You've always been pitching something. Is it is it for everybody? Is this something everybody should get into, or what do you think?
I think that developing your own ideas is a wonderful thing, and
I agree.
I've always enjoyed doing it. You've had a little more success than I have at it, but I still love it. And the thing that I like most about it is you get to create your own little world, right? And then you get to live in that world and play around in that world, and I think that's special. And I think that anybody has the imagination to come up with their own world. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic thing to think about. The other thing about developing is you come up with an idea, and then you have to learn about that idea. And all right, what is that world like? And so you end up researching things, and you learn a little bit more as a result of it. And I like that. I like to learn, and I particularly like history. And so some things that I develop have to have a historical flair to them. But it's just a lot of fun. I think anybody could do it, though. Yeah.
No, but because the pitch process is a very tricky process. I think a lot of people say they want to sell their own cartoon. I'm like, go for it, man. I hope you can do it. But it's not just your idea that you're selling yourself too. And plus it's a whole timing thing. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with who you are when you go and you pitch an idea to somebody. You're trying to talk them into giving you millions of dollars to make a show. They're not going to do that if you're a nut. You've got to be business oriented and know what you're doing. And while you have the funny ideas, you also have to be a professional, because you got to
be able to lead a team, become a leader. You got to be a leader of people. You can't just be a guy. A lot of artists, and I'm an artist myself, I know exactly what this is like. You want to put in the headphones. I have props here. I want to put these in and just sit and draw all day, and I get it. That's fine. But if you want to advance to the level of being a show leader, you've got to kind of become a more personable individual.
Yeah, and you do, and you have to have a lot of people skills as well, because with artists are quite often introverted people, and so it takes a little bit more to get something out of them. And even if you're giving notes, be able to give them a note in such a way so that they feel like they're moving forward, and you're not making them feel bad every time you want to change something, because it's all about changing. Everything that you do, it's everything that any artist does. There's always multiple people involved, and it's going to be changed. Even if it's your own idea, no matter what you do, if you're pitching your own idea, you're still going to have somebody that weighs in, whether it be a studio executive or a writer or whatever that person is. Even if you're going to be the showrunner, there's still people you have to answer to. And you and I have both seen showrunners get fired off of their own show.
Yes. They'll come in, they'll create the show, they'll pitch it, and then they get fired because they don't deliver the product. And it's sad.
It really is. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the people skills. I think that you have to be able to talk to people and, encourage them and make them feel like they're a part of the team, rather than, I don't know. I think that it's important to talk to people and give them good feedback.
Because you're gonna have artists coming to you with questions. Hey, is this the way you want to see this? Does this color look right? And you've got to make decisions. And the one thing about animation, as you and I both know, there's always a deadline. Like, this has to be done by Friday. Pick a color. Has to be by Friday. Pick a character design. We got to get this done.
So. Exactly. Yeah, it can be quite daunting because you're not always ready to give it up. You're not ready to have someone take it from you. And it's like, no, it needs one more thing. No, I know exactly what it needs. Just hold, wait. And no, they're taking it, and you're still drawing as they're taking it from you.
Exactly. But yeah, it's a way of definitely playing the big Hollywood game. But I just want to ask you too, do you and plan on doing any more shorts in the future? I know you got a whole bunch. I mean, I'd love to have you back on, maybe talk about some more stuff you're doing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do have a short in the works now. I've been spending with this whole stay-at-home thing, everything has kind of been changed around. But I do have a couple of ideas. One of them is called Carbonate. It's about the first artificial boy, and he was made in a lab, and he has the ability to carbonate. So he
Well,
gets paid like
it's the Butch Hartman life story, basically.
it is actually. Yes,
Same
it's all
ability,
about,
yes.
it's you. Yes, Gassy Butch. Yeah, that's what it's called.
He can
But,
carbonate. That
yeah.
sounds cool, man. So when that's done, can we maybe show it here?
Yeah, dude, that'd be cool.
That'd be
Definitely.
cool. Hey, now where can people find you? How do I? Let's plug you. Let's plug you.
Oh.
All your links and everything. Where do we find you?
My let's see, my website is milowerx.com, MILOWERX.com. So you can find everything there, including that short.
Very
But,
cool, guys.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man. Thank you. Anything else you want to say before I let you go back to your normal life?
Please let me go back to my normal life.
Yeah, I know. We're all trapped. Get us out of here.
I know.
Oh, I know, dude. This is a unique time, I'll tell you. But I keep telling people it's a great time to be creative. So take advantage of this time. It's a huge opportunity. So look.
It really is a huge opportunity. I mean, you're stuck at home anyway. Learn to play guitar. Learn to write. Learn to draw. Animate a cartoon. Sure.
Exactly.
Got plenty of time.
All right, bro. Hey, thanks for coming on, Mike. I really appreciate it. And
Man.
we'll be back in touch. I want to see some of your new stuff.
All right, cool, dude. Take care and be safe.
All right, buddy.
Social distancing.
Yeah, this is about as distance as we can. We can't get any farther away.
Right, exactly.
I love you, man. See you later.
All right, man. Take care. Thanks. Bye.
All right, thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate that. Mike Milo is an awesome guy. His resume is like this. It's huge. The guy's worked on so many cartoons. It's incredible. Thank you very much. And who else do you guys want to see me interview on Tuna? Any other cartoon people? Let me know. I got connections. I could call people. That's what I could do. Right now, I want to kind of show you how easy it is to draw cartoon characters and teach you a little something. So I'm now going to draw one of Mike's characters from Kit, Kat, and Capoodle. Here we go. Okay, everybody, I'm now going to draw one of the characters from Kit, Kat, and Capoodle and show you how easy it is to draw your own characters for your own short, should you decide to make one. All right, one of the cats. I think we'll draw the lead cat, the orange cat. He was kind of the boss. So I'm just going to draw his basic shapes, and we'll put the details on, okay? Because every cartoon character, as I've said over and over, starts with basic shapes. Here we go. So this cat had kind of definitely had an oblong type of a head. Now I'm drawing here, guys. I'm drawing on very cheap material. This is not an expensive iPad. This is not an expensive iPencil or anything like that. This is just a Sharpie marker and a big pad of newsprint. Anyone can afford this. It's not that expensive. If you can't afford something this big, just get a regular small piece of paper. Just start on something small. I'm just drawing it big so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we got the head. That's the lead cat. He's kind of got an oval-shaped head like this. And always, if you're going to draw a character, just for starters, if you're a beginner, draw sort of just kind of a little crosshair right in the middle to show you where the face is going to be. Like, where's the nose going to be? I could have drawn it straight like this. I drew a little curve. It's kind of a dimensional thing. So I'm going to put his nose right about there where that cross is. That's where the nose is going to go. And the nose is just another little oblong shape. It's a little more pointy though. So there's the nose. And now his eyes are really far apart, but they're also sort of, ovals. They're not real perfect circles. They're very cat-shaped eyes, almost like Easter eggs. So you got the eyes, you got the head. You see this face coming together now, right? And then he had a little bit of a muzzle, just a little line over his nose like that. Very simple. Very simple. So you see this kind of a little muzzle. It's a very simple line that goes over his nose. Very simple line. Now just his mouth is really, really big. He's got a big, long mouth. So we're going to just draw a big line for his mouth. It's a cartoon character. Don't be afraid to draw a really big mouth. So the mouth goes all the way across like that. You got the eyes, the nose, the mouth. You see the face coming together, right? Now his ears. Yes, cats have pointed ears, but these ears aren't pointed like a regular triangle. They're a little curvy. His ears kind of curve like this, but there is a point at the top. So you kind of do a little letter S right there, and that's one ear. Then up here is another ear, like that, okay? And then you bring down that side of the ear, boom, couple lines on the inside. Look at that, we've got a cat head. Let's draw his eyes, like he's looking to the side. Just two little straight lines, straight line straight line, just like that. So now we have our cat face, right? He's got some eyebrows, a couple lines up there. I believe he's got some whiskers. 1, 2, 3 is always a good number for cat whiskers. You could do more, but 3 is pretty good for cartoon. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now his body is just go down like where the center line is, just kind of go down and around like this. Okay, that's sort of a teardrop. You see like a tear coming out of somebody's eye? That's kind of a teardrop. His legs are 2 lines, line, line, front paw, line, line, front paw. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you've got his paws right there, right? And his back legs go the opposite way, over, and then again the paw, and the leg goes up. So you see how every character is constructed from parts, and then you put the details on top. If this was a pencil, I would erase these lines in here so you wouldn't be able to see that. It would become a more solid character. So we'll put some toe lines here. 1, 2, 3. His tail is kind of crooked. It comes up from behind his leg and goes like that, almost like a number 7, right? And we put some lines on it. Color in some dark stripes. Little cat stripes. Just like that. Let's fill that in right there. So there you go. There's our cat. He's got stripes on his legs too. 3, put some on his mouth. He's got a little bit more cheek here. So bring his cheek out a little bit there. His cheek out a little bit there. Kind of come into the line. And there we got the cat from, I think he has 3 stripes up here too. This is the cat from Kit Kat and Capoodle. I'm just going to sign my name, even though it's Mike's work. But it's my drawing, so I signed the name. But anyway, I love this character design. He might even have a fang. You can even add a little fang, a little cat tooth right here, a little triangle, boom, a couple of fangs there, one over here. Always keep it off balance. Don't make things too even. It's always more fun to have a character with things that aren't even, proportions that are even. Sometimes get kind of boring, but keeping the proportions a little off is kind of fun. Anyway, that's the cat from Kit Kat and Capoodle. You guys can draw stuff like this all day long in your house while you're at home. You can do this practicing on your homework, which you shouldn't do. Don't tell them I told you to anyway. I used to draw my homework all the time. I'd be doing stuff like this. I would learn from books. I would learn from TV shows. I would learn. We didn't have the internet or YouTube when I was a kid, but now there's all kinds of places to learn. This can be one of those places. For the tuna segment of my show, I'll be interviewing people with cartoons, talking about their cartoons, how they made them. I'll even be drawing their cartoons just like this. I want to do the same for you guys. If you guys have a cartoon that you really want to have me see, and it's got to be, I'm not saying you can't send me anything, but if you want me to show it on my channel, it's got to be pretty finished. It's got to be almost done. Like it's got to be in color with music and sound effects. I'd love to see that. If I can't get music and sound effects, I'll take music or sound effects, but I want to show some things that are as close to done as possible. So if you want to really get your stuff seen here on my channel, send it to askbutchhartman@gmail.com. That's askbutchhartman@gmail.com. Send me your stuff. We'll definitely go over it. Make it family friendly as well. If it's like, not family friendly, we're not going to show it here. So it's got to be appealing for all audiences, as close to G-rated as possible. I'd really appreciate it. Just let's have some fun, guys. I want to encourage you guys. I want to show your work and let other people see it too, because it's going to be so much fun. I want this to be someplace you guys can grow and you guys can learn. Okay? All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching this first episode of Tuna. What'd you guys think? Did you enjoy it? What did I leave out? What could I add? Did you enjoy the interview with Mike? What would you have had me ask him? What did I not ask him that you wanted to know? Leave a comment down in the comment section. I want to hear it, okay? And you want to see me draw some more stuff? You want to see more things on Tuna? What other aspects of the animation industry or the film industry in general would you like to hear about, like to hear me comment on? I would love to hear what you guys think. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay safe out there, and don't forget, art gives you power. Use it wisely. Hey Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the Noog Network, my new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use #HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.